What's going on, guys? Sorry it's been so long on this build. Everything's been crazy thanks to all the quarantine stuff and just work and life and all that. But finally got some paint on this, got it put back together. It's not perfect by any means. The way the fenders mount is a little... I mean, it's stout and it's sturdy and it holds, but I'm just still not digging the placement. So I may have to come back and readjust the fenders again. But yeah, let me talk to you about what we did here. Alright, so we glued the body to the cab, or the hood to the cab that was already painted and weathered. And I didn't want it to look the same, and I probably could have never gotten it the same. So I went with this yellow. This is, what is it called? Satin Summer Squash. That is the color I painted my RC 4-wheel drive Blazer way back in the day. And I believe I did black and primer and then the yellow. And the print on that hood was pretty rough. There's a lot of grain in it, which actually come out now and it looks pretty good. But yeah, it wasn't the smoothest print in the world. And I didn't do a whole lot of prep to it. I think I hit it with a orbital sander and smoothed it up some, but you're not going to get those lines all the way out without layers of paint. And it actually feels very smooth, but we've got the look coming through. We've got the other colors popping through. It's kind of cool. So I wanted it to kind of contrast because I knew I'd never matched the cab, and pretty happy with it. The edge and everything came out pretty good. I re-weathered some of the cowl where it got sanded in the wet sanding process. So the fenders from Westmade, they're vacuum formed styrene. I kind of went simple on those. I just did a good black base coat, primer on the outside, and just wet sanded those down. We've got black showing through. Covered all of it with AK rust streaks, and came out pretty good. I got a little carried away here on the edge of the headlight ring, but we'll address that once we actually go to put lights in this thing. The body doesn't want to sit straight because it's like, I think this is PLA. I know the hood's PLA. It's not perfectly straight, so the hood sets a little cocked over from the back of the cab. So when we come to actually make some mounts, we'll have to find a way around that. I thought I had some old axial parts tree light buckets. I was going to go ahead and glue them in here, and I don't have any spares, so I really hope I didn't make the holes too big. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some searching around, find some cool lights to put in there. I actually thought about some those old aluminum ones that people put on clodbusters. I can't remember what is it JSP or something from the 90s, and they're halogen, so they would be yellow, but I don't know. We'll just see what we can run across. The metal. So I made those metal pieces after many attempts, and they're still not perfect. The fenders aren't exactly the same. See the bulge here? I had to trim around that, and the bulge on this side is much larger, and that's just comes with hand making stuff. You know, he makes the bucks for those molds, or basically the molds for it, out of wood, and they're all hand carved, and yeah, so it required a little bit of difference from side to side, but it's not that noticeable unless I point it out to everybody on the internet. But not worried about that. We worked around that, no problem. So the fenders still look like they're raked out a little bit. So there's a little bit of room for adjustment in these screws because I've adjusted it so many times already. I've already adjusted it twice since filmed it, and it was 5 seconds ago in the video. So I don't know yet. It needs a little bit of fine tuning. Let me talk about the suspension. So with everything, I really want it lower. It's just like every vehicle I've built. So you know the axles I use on the RatRods, the RC RatRods, they're a drop version of the stock Tamiya semi-truck axle. You can get them a half centimeter or a full centimeter of drop. I typically use the whole centimeter of drop. I don't think I have any laying around now, do I? So this is what's on the truck. You can see the little bump up here, and then they have another centimeter. So those actually go up a lot higher, and that's how they're made to lower this chassis in the front. And I don't have any extras of those right now. But I don't know, because the rear on this is tandem axle. It's got this leaf spring, inverted, kind of a Henry style suspension. It's really not easy to lower, short of re-engineering the whole thing. And I've explored that before in the past to no luck. So I'm not sure yet how I'm going to go about it. Now I do have the square 3D printed fuel tanks from Nightcrawler's 3D that he sent me a long time ago. I think that'll fit this better than the giant globe liner tanks, big chrome round ones, because this, I'm trying to scale this to fit with the other RatRods, so it's not really going to be a 1/14 scale. So giant round tanks don't really fit as small as this cab would be in real life. So some little square tanks here would look a lot better, but we got to make some mounts for it because the fuel tank mounts, the brackets that are on the globe liner, do not work with the body setting as low as it is, because the body's already been channeled down on the frame. And yeah, one problem leads to another and another and another, but we'll find a way around it. And thanks to RChobbies Orlando for supplying the globe liner to build this. Sorry it's taken so long to get something together, but hopefully by USTE next year I'll have something cool to bring down. I do have one idea I want to share with you for this. So I messed around one day and I put this cab on the ramp truck. Doesn't fit the frame at all because the narrow hood and everything, but it looks pretty dang cool. So let me show you that, and we'll talk about some ideas I've got, because I am using this frame with this cab. I'm not going to cannibalize the ramp truck and try to reuse that. But I am thinking, since this Tamiya semi frame is so solid and it can carry some weight, that we're going to make some kind of RatRod hauler on the back of it. And it obviously will have to be some sort of ramp shape just to fit the length of the cars, but the shortest RatRod I have is the new one I'm building there in the back, the traditional style pickup. And I think that may be where it belongs for a while, is on the back of the globe liner rat truck thing, tow vehicle. But I don't know, just some thoughts. I would like to maybe do some wood for the bed. I like working with the rustic looking wood, like the shop build and the ramp bed and stuff like that. But it's something to think about. It would obviously be shorter than this. This ramp bed was scaled for the number 2 RatRod, which is 1.5 miles long. And we don't need quite that much, so I don't know, it may still be a little too long. We'll just have to wait and see when we get there. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. I appreciate everybody watching and following along on Instagram. Not really doing much on Facebook, just sharing stuff from Instagram. Facebook's kind of not a fun place to be these days, so I've been spending a whole lot of time on there. And a big thank you to my 3 Patreons for their support. And yeah, got stickers and shirts and still no hats. There's an issue with my design that I can't seem to get around because the company I've been working with is not very helpful. But I'm trying to find a way to make some cool hats. But anyways, appreciate everybody. Thank you for watching. Keep it scale, and I'll see y'all next time.